welcome to the stream this week. I can see we've already got a few people waiting. I know I'm 3 minutes late, but I was just, yeah, my brother was over just like a few weeks ago when he was here for the first like 2 minutes of my stream. But this time he actually left before that. So anyway, today we're playing Jill of the Jungle, classic DOS game from 1992 by Epic MEGAGAMES, possibly the most ridiculous game studio name ever. So I've already configured this game, and it comes in 3 parts. It's one of those shareware type dealies. As you can see, I've got the Sound Blaster all set to go, also a good name, and the highest graphics settings. So let's see what it looks like. Good stuff. Alright, before we start, let's check out the story. You are Jill of the Jungle, the brave and beautiful star of this game. Your journey will lead you through startling action and puzzle sequences as you zoom through 16 gigantic levels. So fasten your seatbelt, prepare for the journey of your lifetime! After all, who says a lady can't slay a few monsters? Yes. Of course. At the time, a woman was an unlikely game protagonist. It's, you know, possibly hasn't changed that much in intervening years, but it's good. It's good to have a lady in charge, taking charge. So, apparently I have a boomerang knife. Ah! Okay, so enemies just die when they touch you. I think that must have reduced my health. Do we need help? Interesting. Hints. I like hints. Oh, apples give you health. Fantastic. Yep, Shift and Alt. I know playing games on Windows sometimes causes problems. Playing old games that require the Shift key because you activate sticky keys by accident. That's not going to be a problem here. Where's Tony? This is a jungle, not Disneyland, so expect to be challenged. But I'll get the hang of it. Oh, I can guide the knife by using my momentum. Save at any time, huh? Man, so much stuff. No way! I gotta try this. Turtle mode. Oh my goodness. This is like an accessibility feature almost. So you don't need as much reflexes to play. That's really cool. And it's just there as an option. Okay, if things get hard later, we might turn that on. But let's go for the smooth action of non-turtle mode to start with. Ooh, hidden developer name there. That's cute. Alright, let's get on with the level. I see you Gibbon in the chat, welcome. I don't know if you have any experience with old DOS games. Oh, that crocodile just disappeared. Hopefully my friend Danger Mouse turns up later. She's always talking about this game, so I figured I'd play it. Check it out, see what she's raving about. Classic childhood game for some people. Jill enters the jungle map. Oh, I see. Map screen. What? What? Blaze. Billy Blaze isn't a superhero, is he? So this is taking a dig at id Software's Commander Keen, which had been released a couple years before this. Man, this is kind of a low blow. I just can't compete with the Epic heroes. Wow. It's so immature, I don't even know how to respond to that. So yeah, the map screen has the same gameplay as a normal level, so it's a little confusing. I didn't really understand what was going on there at first, but yeah, good stuff. Oh yeah, so Gibbon's saying he grew up with a Commodore 64 and a black and white Mac. I also had a black and white Mac, but we didn't really have many like additional games, just what was on the system. So like Brick and okay, now I can have two daggers at once. There was a Labyrinth game in a pyramid. I can't remember what else. There wasn't much. We didn't use it much. Whoops! And then we donated it to the school eventually. Alright, save my game. Do I have lives? Okay. Oh. There's a nice little sound if you are unable to use your weapon. Ah. Yuck. Yeah, I didn't get a real computer until Gibbon's teens, he's saying. Hello, Bob. How's it going? I was saying greetings to everyone. Courtney's here. Hi, Courtney. Thank you for the nice thing you said on Twitter. She said that she's not doing a stream today, so recommended for her followers to watch mine instead. And compared me to Bob Ross. She said I was the Bob Ross of obscure video games or something. Which is... Nobody said that about me before. I wish I had an afro as nice as that. Yeah, this is bad. Luckily I don't seem to have a life counter, so don't have to worry about that. So I can't crouch while throwing. I mean, I can't throw while crouching. That's not going to help me get low aims. Don't even know what those are. Some kind of red bat? A phoenix? I'm not sure. Yes, as Courtney says, why do I have to collect apples that have already been bitten out of? That's kind of gross. Yeah. Oh, extra jumping. Wow. Got the high jump boots. Yes. Gibbon mentioning a game called Oxid Magnum on the Mac. Never heard of that. Yeah. I appreciate the sound. Okay, so the apples sort of bring up things to read. Oh, Mario resigned from his position as superhero at age 72. Caused by Jill's incredible popularity. These guys kind of have a big head, don't they? Also an inflated sense of how popular this game is going to be. I mean, I don't actually know much about this game's reputation because, to be honest, I've never heard about it outside of what Danger Mouse says about it. Cleaning gorilla cages at the local zoo. Gibbon! Donkey Kong lore. How's that? Pretty cool. So I think I just skipped a level. Whoops. Nah, might as well do it. So there's huts around here. Thank you. Courtney says my streams are relaxing. Right, we're just gonna paint a little tree here. Happy little tree. Whoa. What is the setting of this game that has weird elevators? Like that. And that's a really massive snake. The knife stuck. Oh, it fell down. And it still killed the snake. Crazy. That's like whole physics system going on. Get off. Okay. Ouch. That's okay, Courtney. You didn't miss much. Whoop, damn it. Okay. Exciting Jill action. So yeah, you gotta appreciate them trying to introduce female protagonists, although they also seem to be, well, I mean, it was unusual at the time. That's a Pac-Man ghost. What is going on, guys? Ow, ow, ow. Puzzles, this is what they were talking about. I love the yeah. My knife is stuck in a wall. Yes, noise, quit, save, restore, turtle. So save, you can save at any point and it's basically a save state. Noise. Yeah, it stops this game sound effects and just puts the music, so we'll have the sound effects. Restore is load. Turtle mode makes it run at half speed. So in case there's timing things or tricky jumps, it's to help you make them easier. And I mean, it might have been useful on different computers because I know at the time sometimes game speed was determined by the processor speed, so games might have run in an unintended way if you ran them on the wrong kind of computer. Oof. So for example, it would have been just running super fast just because you had a better processor, because they didn't have the ability to code for that or whatever. This game is hard. Tricky bowler. Ah! Mean crabs. Okay, wow. Oh, nasty. At least I have a checkpoint. So yeah, I was on the Wikipedia page for this game, and there's a lot of interesting stuff around the game as well, about, you know, sequels and things. I was hoping to play a couple of games related to Jill later on if I can. I don't know how long this will take to beat. But yeah, if I have time, I'll certainly show some other things out. Good. Yes. Jill of the jungle. Watch out for that crab. Says Courtney. No, I won't bother about the apple up there. This game must have been inspired by George of the Jungle. Just judging by the name. The snake's getting shorter as it takes damage. That's fantastic. Yeah, so I was wondering about that, so I looked it up. I know George of the Jungle from the movie from 1997, Brendan Fraser. But I didn't know that actually it was a cartoon before that, from the 60s, 1967, I believe it first aired, made by Jay Ward and Bill Scott, the creators of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I have 2 gems. I got one in that level, so that's why. What? Oh, I must have used the other gem earlier. So that's how they block progression. Okay. So there was a gem right at the start of the game on the map screen, and then an unlocking gem block thing right after that. So I needed to enter other levels to find gems, it seems. I should be using saves more, I guess. I'm having trouble like that. Yeah, so obviously, I guess the people who made this game, 1992, I guess they would have to be in their 30s to watch George of the Jungle. I mean, I guess they could have watched it in reruns or whatever. I could probably find out how old they were if I looked into it. But yeah, I got to assume that it's based on George of the Jungle, but hey, it's a girl this time, right? And look at that butt in the climbing sprite. I'm sure that would have excited a lot of young males. But as I know from my friend, young females also were just excited to be able to play a game as a girl. Well, I hope she turns up at some point so she can give an actual statement on that. Oh, the water kills me. Go figure. I still have my jump power up though. Okay. Whoops. I don't know what that sound is meant to indicate. Oh. Can Jill not swim? Seriously? Oh wait, I have jumping power up. Oh, I was avoiding that because I thought it was a hazard, but no. Oh, thank you for warning me, game. Oh my, spooky. They just have to tell you, go up. Whoa. I don't want to go up, I want to see what's over here. Oh! What was that? Wait. Oh! It was a transformation, like Echo the Dolphin. I'm a bird. I flap and shoot fireballs out. This is amazing. I didn't expect this. This is crazy. Jill. Ah, that turns me back to Jill. Awesome stuff. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept going. Nice. Ah. Wow, this game's really cool, man. Yeah, I'll save here. Just read a bit of chat. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I've been neglecting this. Yeah, Gibbon says early Final Fantasy XI had your character speed determined by your processor. So you could overclock your computer to make your avatar run twice as fast through the game world. That sounds great. The castle. Seems optional. Since I already have 2 gems, I don't actually need to do this. Tricky, so you say. Definitely puzzle level. Well, I don't have to do that. I'm gonna go through the gem door. But yeah. No, I didn't watch George of the Jungle as a kid, but yes, I am an Aussie, so if it wasn't TV, I'm not sure. But I never watched it. Very old at the time. Ah, so if I go and get that extra gem, I can go to bonus. Let's do bonus. Why not? Yeah, so the Brendan Fraser movie was my first experience of George of the Jungle as a concept. And yeah, same for Courtney apparently. But Gibbon watched that and Rocky and Bullwinkle religiously. Also saying that this looks like a robust game for the time period. I agree. Not that I ever really played many DOS games. I played Commander Keen later in life thanks to friends making me. So I'm gonna jump like this. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't feel I can judge it terribly well compared to other games at the time, but I am pretty impressed actually. Even though I don't have a full understanding of what games were like at the time. Oh, it's locked me in, okay. So presumably there's 2 keys in here, so I have a net key gain by the time I get out. I'll let the narrator speak for me. whether I was correct there. I think I was. Tricky chains. Yeah. Oh, good one, Courtney. She says, my first girl gaming hero was Dixie. Yes, and an excellent game to experience early on, I think. DKC2. And Peach in Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah. It was also good, yeah, getting the chance to play as the princess in that game. Too bad it never really happened again. And don't bring up Mario 3D World. Sweet. Yeah, the big eyes on the... Sorry, I'm still catching up, but yeah. Courtney brought up the eyes from the level where I turned into a bird. She said I didn't know Rare worked on this. Putting eyes on everything. Yeah. Gibbon says, I never really got into Commander Keen. I think a bit of its popularity stems from the lack of competition. Yeah, interesting point, actually. I hear that it evolved from a concept that id pitched to Nintendo for porting Mario to the PC, and it didn't take off, so they made their own game instead using the engine. But yeah, on the platform, it wouldn't have had much competition, I suppose. Tokyo, longtime video game hero P-Man, has just announced his resignation. Jill is way too good to compete with. Oh, that's probably Pac-Man, right? Yeah, eating dots around mazes. Ugh. And then some advertising. New Epic MEGAGAMES released Kilo Blaster. Fantastic. Is that a real game? Did that actually get made? I could find out right now. So I have the Jill in the Jungle Wikipedia page up now. It has some pretty cool box art, I gotta say. Kilo Blaster was actually released, well, according to this list, it was before Jill the Jungle, but they're both just 1992, so I don't think the list is perfectly sorted. Oh, okay, so that's how that works. Puzzle. Jill's sprite is 2 blocks high. Gotta fit through the gaps. What does this lead? The mystery. I love it. Aha. Well, we'll get the bonus. So many numbers. Jill bounds into the bonus level. Oh my. That's some interesting music there. Oop. Nope, can't run across those gaps. And of course it's the race for points. You always want to get points in these games, don't you? But I don't actually care. Oop. That's not exit. I want to get those jump power-ups. Saving is so easy, I should do it more often. Switch. What is the setting of this game? How am I going to get up there? I wonder. Could it possibly be by going through here and getting the jump power-ups? Amazing. Good stuff. Can't leave one apple. That would be irresponsible of me as a gamer. I don't suppose I keep those jump power-ups. I do not. So that was the bonus. Ah, now Duke Nukem has withdrawn from the competition. Man, I don't know about this self-aggrandizement. Arg's Dungeon. Let's see. Particle effects. That's kind of cool. Ow. Destructible environments. This reminds me of certain levels from Yoshi's Island. There's my frame of reference for you. Ah. Oops, too much. Well, if we get rid of this, we can use the elevator. Ah. Maybe the lifts are there as a safety net for if you destroy everything. Don't want to miss any keys though. Whoops! Oh. The jumping. Oops. Alright, destroy everything. Cool stuff. And that's what I call puzzle action platforms. And that was Arg's Dungeon. Alright, I came in there. More bonus. Yeesh. Yeah, okay. Oh. No. Oh, hey, Cammy Wemmy Woo. That's my brother. He's angling hard to get me to play Jurassic War on stream. I might do it. Playable in browser. Interesting. There might be a possibility. Okay, we're Burb again. Well, Jill doesn't like water either, but yes, confirmation that it's a flaming bird. Oops. What a goofus. Can you link me the Jurassic War website, actually? Now we should take out the ghost. Courtney says, the self-aggrandizement in this game is funny in the light of the fact that no one has heard of this game. Yeah. Exactly. Compared to Duke Nukem and Pac-Man and Mario. Don't know if you saw that one, but there was Mario and there was Commander Keen. I can't wait to see who they bag out next. Late 80s, early 90s video game mascots. Ooh! Ah! Okay, well, that's fine, because then I go back to the checkpoint. Sweet. Ooh. Good stuff. Yeah, missed the Mario one. Yep. Apparently he was retiring and going back to his job of cleaning gorilla cages at the zoo. Yeah, I got that already, thank you. I didn't need reminding of how to work a switch. Oh! Oh, thank you. Helpfully told me what happened. The knight slices Jill in half. Just gotta be careful. Oh, I see. Turn the knights off so they're not holding their axes out. This is quite puzzly too. I'm gonna guess that. Yep, this one over here. Turn that off. Oh no, 6 in a row. Oh, I see. These are for the pillars. You don't just turn them all off. All right. Oops. These blocks are appearing disappointing. Yes, that's right, given the game did well enough for them that they continued on and made other much more successful games, or at least games that more people have probably heard of, like Unreal Tournament, and hence the Unreal Engine, which then continued to be licensed out over the years to this day. I was going to mention how they made Jazz Jackrabbit, which is more part of my childhood than Unreal Tournament was. Wasn't big into the shooters, but Jazz Jackrabbit. Jazz Jackrabbit seems like he'd really fit in with the whole Bubsy milieu. I believe he's actually in Space Funeral 5. Or that could have possibly just been someone's avatar. Still not sure about that one. They also went on to do, obviously, Gears of War. They dropped the Mega, so instead of Epic MEGAGAMES, they're now called Epic Games. Still kind of stupid, but yeah, much more famous for Gears of War these days. Although they also made Infinity Blade, a very popular iOS series of games. Ah, the bonus. I can't resist it. I gotta go back. Oh, that's right. I can't actually do it yet. Yeah, Jazz Jackrabbit. Gibbons agreeing. That's good stuff, that is. Although he's saying that Unreal is more a staple of his adulthood rather than childhood. So do you think that switch turned off the pillars down at the bonus area, or did it do something over here? Oh, what's the next thing? Who's next? Oh, except for one company, the entire video game industry yesterday collapsed. G2 Bad said the entire industry. Those people at Epic make such great games that nobody pays attention to us. The industry then began to cry and whine. Wow. They've got to be taking the smeg. Finish. The end of the game. This was shareware, by the way. You get the first... This what I'm playing is the first episode. You get that for free. And there's 2 more episodes that make up the whole game. Although they were also sold separately. There is a compilation, Jill, the complete trilogy or whatever. That's what's available now. Oh, I should mention, this game is freely available on myabandonware.com, so you can play it yourself, as long as you have a copy of Dropbox, which is also free. Not Dropbox, DOSBox, for playing DOS games. I don't know, is it just me or is the music louder in this stage? Oh, didn't quite make that. Yeah, so all the other games I also have in mind to play after this, also available on my abandonware. So yeah, good stuff. Game preservation, I'm all in favor of that. Oh wow. If you say so, game. The multicolored point score effect thing, I like that a lot. It's very, you know, very games of this era kind of effect. Ah, killer frogs. Ah. Like that. Yeah. Oh, Courtney says that the weird self-advertising is more excusable if it's shareware. Or it makes more sense, she says. Yeah. Shareware games, that's a long past era. I don't think I need to kill that ant. Let's let it live its life. Oh. I thought that was an item, but it's just an arrow. Go up. Hey, I lost my dagger somewhere. Curses. Well, I don't need it. I will note the down and up sprites. I like that. Attention to detail. Alright, I got a key. Where does it go? Doors. Do I remember any doors? Oh, those sounds of the frogs jumping. Odd. Oof. Alright, back to start. Of course. Thank you, death animation. Uh-oh. Hooray! Oh wait, did I get a crystal there or not? Did I actually? I didn't get one. I'm missing something. More levels, okay. I guess that let me into these levels. Fascinating. I'm a fish! Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Oh, I can shoot. What am I shooting? What is that? Giant slug, I think. That's not natural. Although I appreciate the turning sprites. Okay, 1 gem. Yes. Gibbon's trying to remember a game. Courtney is totally right. Trying to find games from extremely vague memories is both frustrating and amazing. I got a good story about that, but I'll read Gibbon's memory first. One series of shareware games that he used to play as a kid. Can't remember the name of it. Started a night with a winged helmet and he got trapped in an alien planet or something. And now it's going to bother him. Yeah, that is extremely vague. But I feel your pain. Okay, I can't get in that water. Maze. Ow, ow. No, no, no. Yeah, so recently I was trying to remember a game. Not recently, it's happened a few times over the last few years actually. Because we had a Windows 95 computer and we had a few demo discs, there's a lot of games from that era that, oof. Okay, 3 gems, need more. Alright, fish time. Yeah, so there's a lot of games I remember vaguely, but if I want to track them down, yes, thank you. Then it's just like that. I do have a success story about it though. There was a game that was like a 3D platformer, really early 3D platformer, where you play as a squirrel, and they were extremely low poly squirrels, I remember that. I can't actually leave the water as a fish. I can. Flop. Can I flop on land? Don't seem to be able to. Nah, never mind. And it was really annoying to jump because you had to sort of hold down the button to charge up a jump and then release it, and you couldn't really predict where your squirrel would go, and it was really weird. You're on these floating islands, and you know, there were other squirrels running around, and it was a big tree, and basically platforming was really clumsy, so if you wanted to get anywhere it was extremely difficult. But you'd try and try again because it was a really charming game. So I did eventually find that out, but only after, you know, many searches. You search for like squirrel game 3D platformer and you just get Conker, and then you're like, okay, failed mascot platformer, and then you get a lot of things where people mention other games in the same context. So like, oh, remember X, Y, and Z games? And you're like, the three of them together describe kind of the thing that I remember, but I want just the one thing that is all of those at once. But anyway, I eventually found it's called Squeezels. And it has a subtitle like, hold on to your nuts, I think. That's a sort of like edgy kind of attitude thing. It had a pretty cool FMV sequence as well, where like there was an alien spaceship that crashed or something, and basically you had these wacky, outrageous squirrels with weird faces. Oh, I see, now I'm a frog. Squeezels is spelled S-Q-U-E-E-Z-I-L-S. In case you ever wanted to look into that. So I have an extra high jump now. Not high enough. I don't know what this is about. Possibly to give me a clue that I should be going up here. The giant red fire ant, natural enemy of the frog. Okay, I'll keep going up. Yeah, didn't try that. Aha! Whoops. Ah! Good time to save, I think. How's chat doing? Yes. There was one game that Courtney played at a friend's house. She spent most of her life thinking that she'd made it up or dreamed it. Because it was too effed up to have been a real kid's game. But a couple years back, she rediscovered it. Oh, the flags contain points. It's called Nightmare Ned. I should look that up. And so should you, dear watcher, viewer, whatever. Okay, now I can fly if I go back here. Given saying he had a game called Mordor that was a first-person step-based roguelike. I've heard of Angband, which is a also Lord of the Rings themed. That was just a net hack clone kind of thing with ASCII graphics. Sweet. But Mordor was available for download through the official AOL Games Hub back in the day. Yeah, that's another thing I probably before my time and possibly out of my region. Save. Jill enters the plateau. Oh man, another hub world, huh? Crazy. There's more than one. More to this game than I thought. Well done game. I thought that was a good length for a shareware episode, but no, there's more. Uh-oh. Getting pursued by clouds of insects. Yes. Connie was just about to ask me how to spell it, because there are many, many possibilities. It would have taken forever. Yeah, look it up. Hey, maybe I'll play it on stream someday. Of course, it's much harder to play Windows 95 games than it is DOS games, thanks to DOSBox. But I might give it a go. Oh! Jill reaches the ending. Now sit back and enjoy. Ending sequence. There you go. Here's the ending for episode 1. This is weird. Wow. There's suddenly a whole bunch of planets and spacey stuff. Oof. Oh. Did she just fly through space to an alien planet? I'm so intrigued. This is really making me interested in the sequel. But there is still an apple on this alien world. 500 miles away from her starting point, Jill wanders into a strange and mystical grove of mushrooms. Transforming back into a human form, she stops to ponder the situation. This is a place unlike anything seen by the eyes of a human. Speaking of which, who built the castles that she was traversing? Anyway. So we're still on Earth, apparently. Just 500 miles away, but, yeah. What unspeakable forces of nature lie beyond the grove? Can a lady like Jill uncover the mysteries of this place and escape without messing up her blonde hair? Okay, fine. Find the answers in Jill Goes Underground, the startling sequel, and also Jill Saves the Prince, your ultimate quest. Yeah, now Jill, now the lady is saving the prince, whoa! What a twist. Okay, Gibbons found his Mordor game. It's called Mordor: The Depths of Dejanol, apparently. And the other game was Winged Warrior, and he's gone off to download it. Oh, the Mushroom Kingdom? Yeah, this is a lot like the end of DK94, but a lot more purple. Courtney says, I feel like if I played Nightmare Net again, it would connect me with some horrible experience from my past and unlock something dark in my mind. Yeah, nice one. I get that feeling sometimes. Just looking at screenshots again makes me feel like there's an eldritch horror in my brain. This sounds really fascinating. I need to look that up later. Anyway, just when you thought it was all over, there's a lot more stuff. All these things you see here. Oh, an overhead view jungle map. Of course. That comes into later games. Congratulations, you've conquered the jungle. Hope you've enjoyed playing Jill of the Jungle. I sure did. So, from Lookout World, here comes Epic MEGAGAMES. So I'll enter my name here. Beautiful. Good stuff. Okay. So from here, oh no, I have to leave this to launch it again to launch, yeah, the other executable that is Jill 2. But before I do, we'll have a quick intermission and I'll set up some other games. First, I'll message my friend who hasn't turned up. Okay, so we'll quit for now and we'll launch something else. Oh, here we go. Please copy it and give it to all your friends. And if you have a modem, upload it on your local bulletin board. Wow, that's really cool. That's how games were distributed in those days. But you can get all 3 volumes sent to you for $30 plus $2 postage and handling. Amazing. The distribution systems back in the day. Okay, what are we playing next? Yeah, let's show you... Okay, so here's an interesting little footnote that I found in the Wikipedia article for Jill the Jungle. Oops. Onesimus, A Quest for Freedom. So this is a game that, you know, just like Epic licenses out their Unreal Engine to companies these days to make games. Back then, they licensed their Jill of the Jungle engine to a small company called Arc Multimedia, or whatever it was, to make this Bible-themed action game where you play as Onesimus, who is mentioned in a couple of Paul's letters as a slave who ran away, but then he met Paul and was converted, and Paul sent him back to go back to his master and reconcile. So in this game, you play the story of this runaway slave. And yeah, there's extracts from the Bible, from the book of Philemon, from Paul and Jill for preaching the good news about Jesus Christ, from Brother Timothy, to Philemon, our much-loved fellow worker, and to the church that meets in your home, and to Archippus, who, like myself, is a soldier of the cross. So that's taken from, you know, I wanted to open up something. Anyway. Oops. Okay. Look at the names in the high score list, yeah. all good Bible stuff. The translation of the Bible is taken from the TLB, the Living Bible, which is a paraphrased version for modern audiences. Kind of a good idea, although I usually would use the CEV for that reason. The game was released only a few years before they finished retranslating the whole TLB and released the NLT, which is a more, well, it had a lot more scholars working on it, so I assume it's more accurate. Anyway. I am a Christianity nerd as well as a video game nerd, apparently, so I found that interesting. So, yeah, it's just the same game as Jill, but they swapped out the sprite, and I guess they made new levels. Yeah, so that was interesting. Yes, Courtney, it still has the yeah noise, and she says, that's the voice of God now, apparently. in the context of this game, yes. Yeah. Alright, so that was that. That was fun. Now let's have a look at the next thing. This game, however, not shareware. Definitely pay for this one. Epic Pinball! So this game also came in 3 parts, and this version is all 3 of them together. So there's a whole bunch of tables. I don't know how many of them are based on previous Epic games, but I know for certain this one is. So it's the Jill of the Jungle table. You have a very nice jungle-themed board. You see Jill there holding her knife. I believe that's her outfit from episode 2. She has a different coloured leotard in each game. Yeah. So this is a pretty decent pinball game from even before Microsoft bundled one into Windows. And having them themed after different games that Epic had made that you might be a fan of is just an added bonus. You can see the apples up there with the bite taken out of them, of course. Giant ant there, a frog, jellyfish, beehive, etc. So yeah, decent game. Epic Pinball! Oh. Let's get that serpent off. Man. Oh well. Yes, nailed it. Okay, cool. Sword holes now lit, fam. Let's get that sword hole. Try and do a skill shot. Not skillful enough, I guess. Drop all apples to... What is it? Drop all apples to light jackpot. Whoops. That's the end of my game. Didn't do too well, but I like the game. Good pinball game. Alright, so that's enough of that. Let's show off Xargon, which is a game they released the very next year, 1993. Using a very similar engine, playing the game, except this time, well, yeah, these map screens, they came in Jill 3, I believe, and taking the place of the map screens from 1 that were kind of just also 2D side-scroller bits. Anyway, this is about an archaeologist called Malvinius Havisham or something, which is an outrageous name, and yeah, look at that muscly dude. He somehow has the ability to shoot laser beams out of his crotch now. He sort of was on an expedition and then he went to an alien world somehow through a portal or something. A bit like, you know, Flashback, Out of This World, etc. But you know, it stars a man, so I don't really care about it. Let's go play games where you play as a lady. I wonder if it's cool. Oh, it's a high energy game. The very cool and muscular Malvinius. Good grief. They just given up on Jill. Granny mode, seriously. Quit, please. Yeah, the story. Oh, nice aliens. Malvinius Havishim, trapped in a fantastic world of bizarre creatures, ruled by the one known as Xargon. Yeah, Madagascar, blah blah blah. A lot of flavor text here, setting up, etc, etc. And then he finds a magic thingy, blah blah blah. And then whatever. Oh, a magic bird. Well, that's cool. Anyway, that's a game that's basically Jill of the Jungle sequel, but completely new plot and stuff. Hello, yes. Danger Mouse is here now. You missed the pinball. Did you see the pinball? Yeah, there's a pinball game where there's a Jill of the Jungle table. Since you're here now, I'll do it real quick. Oops, nope. Nope. Jungle pinball. It looks like this. Pretty cool stuff. Jill of the Jungle table. Yeah. I also showed a kind of... Oh, that was the yeah sound. Nice. I assume granny mode is easy mode. Yeah, I also showed a game that someone had made based on the story of Onesimus from the Bible. From licensing the Jill of the Jungle engine. But you can check that out on YouTube later. For now, I've got one more thing to show off, and then we might play some more Jill. So this is a game called by Union Logic, production by 6 Pound Sledge, that's the developer. Union Logic publish it. Vinyl Goddess from Mars. So Sledge, oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep, that's pretty cool, I guess. Yes, so was it 6 Pound Sledge or whatever? They were making a sequel to Jill of the Jungle that they had pitched to Epic Games. But Epic were unhappy with its quality, so they eventually rejected the game, and 6 Pound had to then find another publisher and reskin it, change the name, change the character, and stuff like that. So this was intended to be a Jill of the Jungle sequel, but now it's Vinyl Goddess from Mars. So in the year 200 billion, yes, a ship is taking the Vinyl Goddess from Mars to a BMU convention, and it crashes onto a strange planet, and she has to repair the ship to reach the convention. Good luck, Space Cadets. Wow. So let's see what this is like. There's 3 episodes again. Just like all good, let's pick easy just because I'm a granny. So yeah, the same 3D map screen, sorry, top-down map screen. You can see the inspiration, obviously. Oh, double knives, I like that. But it's even more, oh, the controls are slightly different. It's not shift to jump anymore. Yeah, even more playing up the, you know, sexy lady kind of thing. They knew their audience, I suppose. Oh. Yeah, I can already tell the, I don't like how the camera just shoots up whenever you jump, no matter what you're doing. That's a bad sign. And the vinyl goddess is also kind of slippery. You notice how she has a bit of a stopping distance. Apart from that though, I mean, it's very Jill inspired, obviously. As for the name, I expect it's a directly inspired by the older adventure game Leather Goddesses of Phobos. Phobos obviously being one of Mars's moons, the other being Deimos. Oh man, am I able to make this? I don't appear to be able to jump off, just fall off. Oh, it's disorienting, this game, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Leather Goddesses of Phobos was an adventure game, but and you know, not related at all in terms of who made it. I can jump to the side of that. It's just I don't appear to be able to change my direction in midair either. Ugh. Oh, see ya, Courtney. Thanks for showing up. Hope you enjoyed it. And reminiscing about old, vague memories. That was good. I could name a million games like that. Well, I couldn't actually name them, that's the thing. But one night, a little while ago, I was visiting home and went through the drawers and found a bunch of the old demo discs, and with my brother we went through and tried to play as many as we could. A lot of them just didn't run, but we got their names and then looked up YouTube videos, and man, that was a fun night. Reminiscing. Really hits you hard, that nostalgia. Because we played these demos so much, but yeah. This game, it's gotten a bit of a graphical upgrade. This was released in 1995 eventually, so it's got a few more years of graphics improvements, I suppose, but that's not all there is to a game. I think I've been able to tell from playing this that, you know, you gotta have a bit of expertise in designing gameplay mechanics and so on that really make a game worth playing. And this is no Jill of the Jungle. But yes, definitely related to history. Interesting footnote. So let's finish this level and oops. Health is critical. So I guess that green bar is how many daggers I have left to throw. Blue bar is my health. But cherries don't restore it, unlike the apples in Jill. I have to get the particular health potions. Oh, right at the exit. All the way back. Nope, I'm not doing that. Yes, Danger Mouse can see the similarity in the game. But let's jump back to Jill. So I want you to tell me, is this the game you played? And is this how you remember it? Because this is what I've been playing for the first hour of this stream. But I finished episode 1, so we're going to go into episode 2, and you can tell me if you played that one. So quit. And now I launch Jill 2. Yes, now I have to configure that. Yes sound, yes music, VGA please. Oops, yep, thank you for telling me about that. Switch the screen back. Bing, there we go. Look out world, here comes Epic MEGAGAMES. So at the end of episode 1, oh no, it's a red outfit. I don't have any music. What's going on? Maybe I have to wait. Wow. Oh, kill a tiny bunny rabbit. It's so small! And now there's all kinds of other weird noises. Is this right? Maybe I did something wrong with configuration. Hold on. Yes. Yeah, what are the point of the cherries? Just for points, I suppose. Oops. Got to give it a minute to load when I do that. I have to quit and launch it again, and then configure. Hey. It's not working. Okay, let me launch this again. So yeah, I want to know if you had the whole thing or just the first shareware episode. No joystick. Yeah, the Sound Blaster music should be on. Maybe... Yeah, do I have less than 640k of RAM? I think I have more than that. Yes, I want the soundtrack, please. My computer can handle VGA, I tell ya. Okay, so I don't know about the music. Let's just do it. Yeah, it's okay. The music was cool in first Jill, but it's alright if we don't have it. I have 2 knives, apparently. Take that bunny. Yeah, so did you have the mushrooms, or were you just in the jungle with the castles and everything? The mechanics seem the same, that there's crystal doors. The daggers drop to the ground if I don't recollect them. Ah, those bunnies are back. So yeah, we've still got the side-on map screen kind of thing. Ah. Brutal. Ah, bunny! Quit it. Yes. Yeah, the boomerang daggers, very useful. Get them on the return trip. Makes no sense, obviously, but I'm not complaining. Okay, you had both mushrooms and the jungle with the giant ants. Excellent. So you're all caught up. Did you ever finish it? That's what I want to know. See, I want to know about your experiences. I am experiencing this for the first time, and it's quite good, I would say. Quite good. Expecting the Bible game there was less content and more just puzzle solving, platforming. Where am I going? Climbing a giant mushroom tower. And I don't think I even left the map screen yet. I don't get the sound effects. Oh, I'm dead. Damn, I should have saved. But I was low on health anyway. Bunnies! Oh, I got 3 now. Danger Mouse says she didn't finish it, but her mum did. She was very dedicated. That's awesome. It's good when you can play games with a parent. Now you play like Mario Kart with your sons. You should fire up Jill of the Jungle sometime. You can find it on myabandonware.com and download DOSBox, and it runs perfectly. Don't forget to configure the game beforehand. Gotta take it slow here. Percussion. The only music we have is the percussion of Jill's jumping. Underground we go. What awaits us? Now there's music. Excellent. I was worried about that. The yeahs are back. I think there's even more sound effects in this version. Or this sequel. I don't know, episode 2? Shareware's weird. I would never really, you know, I didn't grow up with shareware, really. It's hard to wrap my head around the model. It's just full of slugs. Ow. Ah, your son is a fan of Zelda. That would be Twilight Princess, but... Whoop, ah, hey, what? What's with the 2? But she says, I don't like playing in front of him because I think it's too scary. Oh, you mean you think it's too scary for him? I get it. It's not that you're too scared. Of course not. That would be absurd. But I take your point. It's the darkest Zelda game. I would be worried about that, yes. Showing it to a child. It is my favorite Zelda game, though. Right, there wasn't supposed to be music in that level. Change Mouse confirms. And she says that's why she hated that level. Because of that. Oh, here we go. Gibbons just purchased and installed all 4 Winged Warrior games as part of a pack of a couple dozen old DOS games for $14. Okay, so those ones are not abandonware. Sometimes companies will do that, which is valid. But yeah, abandonware is when a company doesn't care to support an old game, and so it's a website, but it's just for granting access to old games that I should have gone behind the second ghost. Foolish. The child is watching and just said, this isn't Zelda. No, this is cooler because he plays a girl. I don't want to go down. What the? It's like a little cube that spits fire. Weird. It's too bad the sound effects overwrite each other because I love the yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, if you say so. Oh, tricky. Gotta try not to fall in the spikes when the blocks disappear. Well, that happens. At least I got my health back. I like this. Jill kind of looks like she should be in Baywatch with this red leotard. So there's 4 Winged Warriors games given. You should stream them. I'd watch that. Don't know anything about it, but it's always good to watch something that... Whoa! To watch someone play a game that they're interested in and passionate about. Great. It's the same falling M block. Oh, I can't get up there. Is this sort of a continuous, instead of discrete levels? I'm trying to figure out the structure of this game because I'm going past numbers. Oh no. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. When you can't see what you're affecting from where the switches are, that's annoying. Oh. See. Yeah, the original Winged Warrior and the remake, and then Winged Warrior 1 and 2 as well. Apparently there's a Winged Warrior 4, but he's having trouble tracking it down if it actually got released.
Hey.
When is this? What era? Is this the Jill of the Jungle era? Who made Winged Warrior? I guess I'll wait for your stream, which I'm now assuming you're going to do, to explain all this.
Hey.
Man, the sound effects overlapping. Ow. Ow. Firebirds, ow. Oh, here we go. Tim. Little signature by the developer there. Tim, oh gosh, I don't remember his last name. Oh well. Exit. Descends into the depths of heck! Scary. Forget Zelda Twilight Princess. This is scary. Oh, friggin' devils, man! Dataware Games made Winged Warrior. They released stuff in the 90s and are still operating. Well, Epic MEGAGAMEs is still operating. Just made some new Gears of War games or whatever. Actually, someone else might have been moved onto that series. I think the latest one was by, you know, the people who did the HD remake. Same thing happened with Sly Cooper. They get the company to port, like, the previous games, and then they make a new one as well. Some of them are slightly bigger and they're not breakable. Sound effects are, I don't know, kind of unsuitable for what you're doing now. Odd. Oh, Dataware have openings for freelance programmers, says Given, to work from home, helping them release new titles. Maybe he can help them make the new Winged Warrior, or the next Winged Warrior. That sounds amazing. That would be cool. getting to work on games that you loved. It's like a dream job. You should definitely apply. Of course, it wouldn't be full-time. Do you have an agreement with your current employer that like any code you produce outside of work still belongs to them or something? I know some companies do that. Ow. I wonder how many keys I need. This is a crazy big room. So there's still these firebirds in the depths of Heck. Did they come from Heck and escaped out into the larger world? Or is it vice versa? Oh, more keys needed. Wow, Danger Mouse says she doesn't remember the yeah sounds. To me, that's the most memorable part so far. She says they seem added on. It's possible that your sound card didn't support them. What about all the other sound effects? Because episode 1 had the yeah as well. Whenever you get a key, it goes yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, the slowdown. Too many sprites on screen. Okay, only the stuff that you do at work is owned by work. That makes sense. Reminding Gibbon that he needs to consult a lawyer about Blinks the Time Sweeper. Apparently the IP has been abandoned and nobody is laying claim of ownership to it, so Gibbon and a couple other people have been tossing around the idea of picking it up and making a new Blinks game, which would be pretty sweet. I'd play it. I'd buy it, I mean, I wouldn't just play it. Hey, I'd be a tester on it, that's what I'd do. That is hard work though, I know that. Man, what a large confusing room. I see a key. Ow. Ah! Oh no. Okay. See, rooms like this is where turtle mode would come in handy. If you weren't an awesome pro gamer like me. Woo! Oops. Oh well, cancel my esports membership or whatever. This is tough. Real tough. I wish I was a bird or something. There isn't a transformation thing over here, is there? Nope. I feel like I'm destroying too many blocks sometimes, but it's hard to keep tabs on the throwing stuff. Woo! She remembers other sound effects, but is not sure. It was an old computer that she was playing. Ah, Jill, killing me. getting in there. Ah. Man, this is, I don't know. This is kind of more ambitious than anything that happened in the first episode, but it's also pretty tedious. Oh, what's this? Oh man, it's gonna be tough getting in there. Okay, now I can do it. Oh, it's just an apple? Are you serious? I felt like I discovered something. Oh, back here. Hey, there we go. Oh man, oh man. Whew. Jill, I wish you never went underground. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh no. Oh boy, oh boy. Can't go that way. Let's put on turtle mode just for a little bit. Get some timing. Yeah, there we go. Can't quite make that. No. Oh, yeah. The 5-year-old just asked where I was in this game, says Danger Mouse. Was I down at the bottom waiting for the birds in the blocks? Waiting for the birds in blocks. He has an interesting understanding of what's happening in this game. Oh, no. Oh, man. This is awful, man. What's going on? This is the gatekeeper, this level. It's gonna stop all the kids from finishing. But once they've bought this, like, you buy all 3 at once. I mean, you don't have to, but it's not gonna stop you going on to episode 3. Oi, oi, oi. How many more? There's 3 more! This is a pain in the neck. Wish I was a bird. Now fly, fly away. Okay, I'm here. I'm queer. I don't want any more bears. Yay! Okay, 2 more. 2 more keys. I can do this. I was just thinking of throwing in the towel, but no. That key has spurred me on. Another one. Beautiful. Ah, the 3rd one. We're in spitting distance. Aha, okay, turtle mode. No, I gotta come at this from another angle. I gotta go down. gotta go there. Too high. Ah, okay. Fine. Danger Mouse said she had to get rid of all the blocks before she could finish this part. So you did this. You got one up on me there. There was only blue or solid blocks left and it was easier to get where you were supposed to. Good to know. But I can't get there. I have to keep going to the right. Oh. Okay, maybe from here and then here. Let's gotta try going. Oh my goodness. This is killing me. Okay, from here. No. Okay, I'm finally at a place where I can... Wait, another key? There must be more. There must be more beyond the 3 that I could see. Locks, I mean. Man. Okay, yeah, finally. '90s kids do put up with a lot. You're right. Okay. We're back at the start finally. So from here, let's try and get get over. Hey, you know what I should do? Save. Man, I'm an idiot sometimes. Oop. Wait. Oh, what happened? I think the save didn't go through because I didn't give it a name. Can't make that. So I'll save here. Good. Sweet. So that's 3. I need at least one more. Where is that? Let's go to here. Nope. Nah. Nah. So I have 3. I just need one more. Yeah. Okay. Oh, another one. Buggeration. I gotta restore that. I gotta get that key, but then get back up. Or go this way? Oh yeah, that works. And then down here. No! Save states, awesome. Love it, native support. Okay, hopefully that's enough. More. Tell me that's it. Tell me that's enough. Turtle made off. That was more than enough! Oh! Oh boy, okay. Good stuff. I am a 90s kid. And I am better than this game. I'm not giving up. Gibbon's playing some Winged Warrior games while we speak. He's saying they're very unforgiving. Clever. That's a classic puzzle, that is. Key. Yes, it is. Thank you. Underground castle. Jill swims to the water world. Level 11. How many levels were in the first one? Like, I think it was 12. Guessing water is fatal. Yep. Ow. Okay, you can't just run under falling stalactites. It seems like the music reached its end and just stopped. Fair enough. Oh, seriously? Well, I'm getting a kind of clicking sound. It's really annoying. Kind of a staticky sound. Maybe there's some Sound Blaster incompatibilities in DOSBox. Ow. I know, it's just the sound of those balls, but it's not much of a sound, it's just a tiny click. Health, please. Okay. So 2 is definitely there, but 2 is down. The solution is probably not just to reverse them all, but that's all I can do at this point. I'll do it. Yep, so 3 and 4 need to be reversed. Don't know about 6. I got hit. Yes, 6 needs to be reversed. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay, okay. This time, for sure. Fine, I got hit, whatever. Now, what did that switch do? What time is it? Oh, we've been going a while. Hope I'm near the end. I did want to give Jill 3 a try, so I might... Danger Mouse, I mean, you finished this, right? How much have I got to go? And should I switch over to Jill 3 now? Or should I keep going? That clicking is horrible, yes. So you notice it too. Oh, okay, that switch over there made this bridge appear. So I can go here. Clicking stopped because the balls are no longer on screen. Lifts are fast, man. Fishy time. Oh, okay. It's okay. Start with full health here. This is kind of eerie without music, actually. Of course I need a gem. Oh, and of course I need multiple keys. Man. They kind of ramped up the difficulty / tedium in this second episode. The balls are back. I hear the clicking. Do Jill 3. I don't remember this bit anyway, she says. Might have gotten her brother to do it for her. Alright, well, we'll save. And, who am I kidding? We'll never come back to this ever. But, yeah, we're gonna quit. And we'll give Jill 3 a shot. And then that'll be enough. Yep, all set up. Good to go. Jill saves the prince. What's the story? Okay, so I've journeyed through the jungle and I escaped the dark forces of the underground. But now I need to save the prince, who's been kidnapped by crazed giant green lizard men who want to bulldoze the jungle to build condos. Unless I save the prince, they will unfortunately succeed. Why is the prince going to stop that happening? What's he going to do? Why can't I stop them? Well, that's the setup. Let's play. Here we go. Look at that tiny sprite. Goodness gracious. That's even smaller than the sprite work I do. What is that? 2 sprites for legs, 4 for the torso, 3 for the arms, 2 for the head, 2 by 2. Look at that. Wow. That's really something. But yeah, the top-down map screen, it's pretty cool, huh? Commander Keen did that. Was that someone sneezing? Oh no, she did the fish thing. Says Danger Mouse, she did the fish. Oh yes, the reason the prince might have been able to stop it is politics. Sure. Jill doesn't have any political power, you see. I like this jump sound effect better in this one than in episode 2. But the music's not quite as... it's getting there. I need that back. Whoa, what was that? No, come back to me, dagger. It's in the spikes where I can't get it. Awful. Actually, no, I need that dagger. Oh. Kill me, Ant, kill me. Yeah. Oh, the dagger's gone. Oh, woe is me. Well, let's see if Jill 3 can make the purchase of the triple pack worthwhile. Otherwise, I'd say stick to the shareware version, you know, just episode 1. Of course, it's all moot in this day and age. As I said, all 3 available in one package for free on myabandonware.com. Oh. Weird. That's a sneeze. That is so a sneeze. Okay, so here we are. I like this music. Yeah, the dagger stayed in the spike pit between lives, which is a bit unfair. Oh, okay. The 5-year-old is winning, saying she's in a different uniform. It's not her uniform. She chose to wear this. It's just her clothes, man. But yeah, I guess she wants to change it. So it was green in the first game, and then red, and now she's in a blue outfit. I mean, green was a bit more jungly. I don't know where the red and blue ones are supposed to have come from. But, she's wearing the blue outfit in the Jungle Table and Epic Pinball. So obviously they made all 3 games at the same time and released them separately. That's how shareware works. Well, sometimes it works where you make them separately, right? I don't know, whatever. The point is, the pinball game came out after everything else. Yes. See, I can jump off a vine real easily, unlike in Vinyl Goddess from Mars. I keep thinking about how I'm speaking because of Courtney's comment about me being a Bob Ross type. Speaking calmly. I gotta live up to that and not get mad at the game. But yeah, he also has had the afro. Ow, stop, no! I watched Godspell the movie last night, and there's some excellent afros in that as well. I wish I had that kind of thing going on. Such a great musical. Fantastic songs. And the performers are amazing. Half of them weren't really in any other movies. I think they just came off the theatre scene. But of course... Lynn Thigpen, the student, later went on to be the chief from Carmen Sandiego, and that's where I know her from. I think perhaps the knives are insufficient to kill the demon, and I need that bladed weapon that I had earlier. I didn't know there was such a system in this game, but apparently these are ineffective. If I save, I can just scoot past him there. Ow. Not if I get killed like that. Okay. Danger Man says the one she played most was the one with the ants, so episode 1 then. Well, I already finished episode 1, and you weren't here. I did the whole thing before you showed up. I guess it'll be on YouTube if you want to check it out. Get some nostalgia. But, yeah. I don't know how much of episode 3 I should attempt. We've been going almost 2 hours now. But if you guys are okay with it, I'm happy to keep going. I want to see this prince, man. I want to see what happens. And as long as it doesn't get as annoying as some of the levels in part 2. I don't think I can make that. Speedrun. We're gonna speedrun this game. Oh no! What the jumpy? Okay. Ow! Quit it. Of course, the insects are immune to damage. Of course. Ow. Oh, the frog fell down. It caused me problems. That's definitely a sneeze. This fire guy is sneezing at me. Oh. Okay. It's hard. Possibly harder than the previous episodes. I wonder if they intended for you to play all 3 in a row. Alright. I was supposed to come down here and then get that and then leave. I did the other way around. But now I can go up here. I was trying to throw my throwing blade down that gap. No dice. Okay. This is the start of the level. Hey? Why am I getting this now? It's a weird place to put a tutorial. Oh, now I'm underwater? And it's fine? This game confuses me. Aha! Bird time. Don't touch the water. Hooray! Foof. Wow, choices. Where do I go? There's so many places to go. The Eyrie. Let's do it. Oh! No more yeah. Now it's a little guitar riff. The weird and wild world of Epic Games, of course. Oh, more ants, but now they're green. Maybe they're aphids. I gotta say, I missed the yeah. Oh, whoa! Bit further than I intended. Oops. Oh well. 4 keys now. Cool. It's the Eyrie. Oops. Okay. Now. Interesting. Notice the 2 sound effects? Ooh, that's pretty. It's just like before, except you get more points and it looks different. Ah! Another one. Good stuff. Oh, screen didn't scroll properly. Now I can jump even better. Ow, ow, ow! Man, sound effects. Okay. So let's work our way around clockwise. Secret forest. Didn't seem that secret to me. Oh, so much for that. Oh, yeah, okay. Of course, allergic to water. Alright, there's a door there. I'm not going that way. Going this way. That didn't last long. So there's a key over here somewhere. An arrow. I saw an arrow. Of course. Down the waterfall. Some of the, you know, that, like, I don't know if that makes logical sense. The water falling like that, and then cave, and yeah. Needs my health. Yeah, I went through a... Oh. How do I get out? I see, that's how I get out. So we were talking earlier about, you know, games from our childhood that we vaguely remembered. Oh, bugging me. I went through a phase when I was in university where I looked up all the like RPGs on the Super Nintendo that I'd seen played at friends' house or at my brother's friends, and I went and I played them all. So of course, and other RPGs that I'd never experienced before but that I'd heard about, because you know, you might not realize this, but in Australia and Europe we didn't actually get that many RPGs on our Super Nintendo systems. We didn't get Final Fantasies at all. We didn't get Earthbound, Super Mario RPG. We didn't get Chrono Trigger. We were very deprived. What we did have was Lufia, and the second one, Lufia 2, which was known here as Lufia because it was the only one. So that's one I definitely went and got the ROM of and played that. Secret of Mana, and also Secret of Evermore, which of course was made for the Western market. I know I said I was going clockwise, but I lied. Oh, the ship of the giant green lizard man! Oh. Yes, Lufia is probably the one that held up best, I think. Compared to the other ones that I actually played in my childhood, I mean, I don't know about comparing it to Chrono Trigger or Mother 2. So these are the lizard men, huh? They look a lot like the dudes from, what was it? Yeah, that other one. What was it called? The stupid game I played just before. Xargon? Zardoz? Yeah, so when I first started looking into those, I had to do that process of, okay, there's a game I remember, but what actually is it? And just searching around, looking at screenshots and stuff. I was misled on a few things because I had memories that were clearly not manufactured, but sort of a pastiche of multiple things. I think memories of Link to the Past combined at some point with Lufia and I have to tank through this guy. That's bad design. And Secret of Mana as well. Hey, hey, what? Oh, come on. Fine. Those guys have behavior to follow you around. Okay, 2 gems, 1 key. There's a gem. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun doing that. And experienced things that were sort of nostalgic, but also, like, mysterious and new. I think Luffy is still my favorite one, though. Speaking of being misled about that, though, I was the annoying little brother for some of my brother's friends, I guess, because one of them told me about some things that happened later in the plot of the game, and they're like, you see this character? Well, she eventually goes crazy. She gets rabies, and then she jumps off the cliff and kills herself. I'm like, whoa, that's so dark and awesome. Of course, I found out later that that does not actually happen, but still. It was still a great game. I liked being able to walk to every town in the game easily, and getting capsule monsters and growing them up, and the fact that they act as a 5th party member but you don't have to tell them what to do. It's just a cool bonus. Like, I love that mechanic, and it's not really been used much in that way. The only other thing that comes close is like the sequel on Game Boy Color. Lufia the Legend Returns. Great game. But yeah, as Gibbon says, R.I.P. Lufia. It's not really coming back. It's a viable franchise, apparently. Hey! What a weird lever. Last one was the remake of 2 on the DS from, what was it, 2010? Maybe a bit earlier? Ow. Oh no! It's okay, I keep my daggers. It's still unlocked. I've got to say, I'm not sure that Secret of Mana and Evermore really held up. The combat system was really sort of innovative for the time, but it's quite clumsy these days. Speaking of having a partner character that you don't have to control, though, the dog in Secret of Evermore is really cool, and I like that it changes forms when you go between different eras. Okay. But yeah, oops. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that I might prefer Secret of Evermore to Mana because of its moodiness. Everything's really bright colors and saturated in Mana. And yeah, it's a classic difference between Japanese and Western sensibilities when you look at the plots of them. One of them is really like anime heroes resist evil, overlord, emperor person. And Evermore is, you know, normal kid gets lost in fantastical world. Could probably write a thesis about that. How helpful. Yeah. Oh, gotta go back down. I hate the frogs, says Danger Mouse. They're the worst. I agree. The sprites are a little bigger than the bunny rabbit, a little bigger than the bunny rabbits though, so maybe they're not as bad as that. But it might just be the same like model re-sprite or whatever. Game terms. Video games. Oh gosh. It's a ball with another little orbiting ball. How bizarre. Don't need them. Move on. Mega, epic, mega. I knew that M block was something. It is an M. Oh. Zt. Zt is one of Epic's other games, actually. I think it might even be their first game. Wow. Cool stuff. Nice set piece in that level. Try some luck in the puzzle pyramid. Yeah, I am enjoying episode 3 more than episode 2 so far. Frog time, I guess. Frog can go in water, good to know. Oof. Oh yeah, commentary. Jill is good. Nailed it. Oh yeah, that's the other RPG we had. Mystic Quest. We never got Final Fantasy, but we had Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which was the American title. We got the American title. The European title was the Mystic Quest Legend, I think. And then in Japan, it was released as Final Fantasy USA. I don't know if the subtitle was Mystic Quest, but it's also confusing because Mystic Quest is like just Mystic Quest is the name of a different RPG on the Game Boy, which was another renamed thing. I think it's like a Saga game or something, Saga Frontier kind of thing. No, Romancing Saga, whatever. I don't know anything about those games, but yeah, Square in those days was yeah, a bit crazy with the names and the releases. But yeah, I do remember really liking that game. It had a luthier style of game mechanics where, you know, you could see monsters on the world map and run up and attack them. There were like sort of action-ish elements where you had swords and hook shots to use to get around and to solve puzzles. So yeah, that and Lufia, I like them both a lot, but I think Lufia was a bit more complex and interesting. Mystic Quest was intended as a like slightly dumbed down Final Fantasy for Westerners, very explicitly. But maybe it was a little too simplistic in its, you know, combat and stuff. Whereas Lufia had all the nice, you know, modern seeming elements of this, you know, 16-bit scene, but it also had a more involved story and combat and things like that. VIP system and different things like that. I still really like Mystic Quest though. And especially its music. You should definitely look up the soundtrack for Mystic Quest. It's amazing. It's probably better than any, in my opinion, any other Final Fantasy soundtrack that I've heard. So I have 2 gems. I must have to do this level. Ooh, the jail. Is this where the prince is? I should be so lucky. Fish. Ants. Ah! How cool. The ants were released. More transformations. Your feeble attempt fails? Did they think I was trying to kill the knight? Why is the firebird hurt by fire? Oops. Oh well, let's get our health back and try again. Nope. Ah. Ah, no! We'll try again. Oh, Danger Mouse didn't ever find the prince, she says. Well, now we gotta do it. We gotta fulfill your childhood dreams. What's adulthood for, if not doing all the things you never got to do as a child? And no, suddenly, whoa! Okay, I'm a fish. Whoa. So what is the fish spitting out here? Is it other fish? Is it jellyfish or tadpoles? Oop. Okay. Aha, a weapon. What? How can I die in that amount of water but not on that rock that's in the same amount of water? Okay, just get the blade and then make it back. Save states. I like that the game enables save scumming by default. Very helpful. The eyes are back. Creepy. Great. We can't be far. Oh, okay. 3 keys to go. 2 keys to go. Fine. Okay, 1 more. Couldn't do that in vinyl. Ah! I somehow knew that was going to happen. Okay. Excellent. Oh boy, switches. It's the same as the elevator sound, isn't it? Okay, just 2 switches. Nope, there's one. Oh. Fine. Keys not to hit all the switches. So 1 needs to be unhit. Great. We still have a yeah from the flags. I appreciate that. Oh, and gems. Okay, 3 gems. How many more do I need? So it seems like I've cleared out that area. So I went all the way around it. But I haven't been over here. Yeah, where that ghost is. Oh, it's not this one. This does remind me of Commander Keen. Must have missed something back here. And hopefully I don't get as lost as Mr. Nuts Up and Mad. I continued playing that game in my own time to get to the ending. And it really was just more of the same over and over again. I think things got a little easier in the 4th world. But yeah, much potential to get lost, both in the levels and in the map screen. But it was still pretty fun. Good Amiga platformer. Music's slowing down. What's going on? Did it do that on purpose? I think it did. Yeah. It's quite eerie for a second. Ah. So what's that other... okay. So another level up here. That was pretty unimaginative. Jill leaps into level 11. Couldn't even give it a name, guys. Frogs! My knife! Ah! Ah! Come back with 3 knives, most of my health, that's fine. Oh, another knife. Ah! Okay. What? Do I have a 3-knife maximum? I do. Okay. Don't know how the 4th one appeared, but fine. Ah, so that was your childhood, huh? Jill at Mum's house and Keen at Dad's house. Same time. Do not linger in front of that statue. Or is it a statue? I don't know, whatever. Did you hear that news article? Commander Keen retired because Jill was too good. He just couldn't compete. Oh wait, you weren't here for that. Well, you must remember in Jill 1 how they had those stupid, like, fake newspaper articles about how all the other game mascots in the world, like, couldn't compete with Epic and Jill, and just hung up their, I don't know, hero stuff. Hero shoes. All heroes have special shoes, didn't you know that? Okay. I have both knives and the blade thing. So, judging by the control layout up there, it's defaulting to blade while I have it. Ah! Huh. So maybe in Jill 3, the demons are just immune to all damage. Even the blade, which killed them in Jill 2. Okay, fine. Change the rules, whatever. Ah! But notice again the Tim spelled out there. Ah! Man, what am I supposed to do? Get out of there. It's not worth your life, Jill. Killer frogs, I hate you! Ah. Oh, that's a distracting background. And then you can't see the frogs. Whoa, giant bats! This game's just throwing everything at me right now. Can't deal with it. Ah, see? Demonstrated my inability to deal with it. Ah, ah, spooky. Die! Wow. What a game. Jill 3, fantastic. I don't know what they were doing with Jill 2. I had the intern program it or something. They just didn't care. Oh man, the devil's back. Ah! Oh! There was an effect when I hit him with the blade. So it is doing damage. Oop. I just have to hit him with multiple blades. Okay, be more careful. Got it. Except, ooh, all this keyboard work is getting to my wrists. I think I caused myself some damage a while ago with too much keyboard. I was wearing a wrist brace for a while. Don't know if it really helped, but changing the habits is more the useful thing. Oh, the bouncing, very good, very effective. Good. Jill, Queen of the Jungle. And wherever we are right now. I mean, it's also a jungle, right? I mean, judging by the overworld map. Okay, now back to the right. Whoa, whoa. I can't process this. What is this? Yep. Yes, given that level was intense, but enjoyable. I appreciate it. So, yeah. It must be near the end. If you think this next level is number 12, you're right. Wow. That's okay, I'll get some health back there. 3 daggers right off the bat. What does that tell you? It tells you there's going to be trouble ahead. Okay. That's fine. So you don't need to collect a blade for it to come back to you, but the dagger, if you don't collect it, it's just gonna drop on the ground. Reminds me of, well, could be any number of things, but my frame of reference, the shield boomerang in Mega Man Zero, of course. The trick was getting it to rotate around you so that you could continually hit enemies. Oops. Yep, that's not gonna work. Ooh, wait. I actually collected the key while dying. That's fine, I'll do that. Then I don't have to climb up the other side of the tree. Cheesed through that one. Yeah, the shield boomerang, you hold it as a shield, but then if you charge it up you can throw it and it'll spin back around you. If you jump at the right time, it'll get in a loop around your head. Man, Rockman Zero, best series of action games ever made. In this little guy's opinion. Epic rules. I've never been one for self-aggrandizement, and when I see other people doing it, it pains me. I mean, Jill's good, but it's not that good, dudes. Well, maybe it is that good, but even if it is, you don't have to, like, keep blowing your own horn in your own game. I mean, sure, Rare had, like, the Rare logo everywhere, but they weren't continually saying, Rare is the best at video games. Die, slug. Or don't, that's fine. I'll leave you be. Oops. Clever level design. Okay, there's the door. Now walk through it. Oh, 2 more keys. Should have saved some apples for the way back. Where is the stupid prince anyway? Ah! Oh. Okay, serious time. I'm good games. Great. Wait, that's only 1 key. I need 2. I'm missing something. Hey. Whatever. Ah! Ah, they're everywhere. They live. Goodness me. Down. Intricate. Ah. Tell you what. Let's try over here first. Danger mascots in primary school. Everyone was writing X rules, blank rules, and everything. Hey, there's my key. Ah! Well, okay. Then I can come back over here. That's fine. Ooh. Ew. Take the short way back. So was Jill of the Jungle your favorite game? Whoa! I was so close. Why? Did I save? I don't know. I don't want to check because it might pull me back even further. There was another key there. Are there multiple keys? Like more keys than are necessary, so you don't actually have to get them all. That's like, that's cool, but I don't want to feel like I'm missing something. Maybe a gem? What's the point of this level if not to have a gem in it? Okay, I've saved, so I'll leave. Okay, I need to complete the level to get through. So sometimes there's gems, sometimes you just need to beat it to get through. Okay, alright, yeah. And usually getting the gem is sort of necessary on the path of the level, if it's there, because you can't go back into levels once you've completed them. Yeah, okay. I feel fine about this. Whoa, what were we saying? Jill finally discovers the castle. Level 13. Apparently every time I die, the 5-year-old laughs and exclaims, "What are you doing?" Well, I'd like to see him play this game. Jeez. Everyone's a critic, am I right? Oh, the right wrist is acting up. Luckily we're right near the end of the game, so get this done. And then maybe I'll have time to mop the floor. Exciting domestic life. Ow. My brother was over earlier and we were playing mini golf games because we'd been playing mini golf in real life, right? But yeah, there's only so many places in town, but you know what there's lots of? Video games. So I managed to buy 3 separate games for Wii that are about mini golf. And we're giving them a go. And yeah, as you'd expect for motion controlled shovelware, they're not great. But yeah, some of them are, you know, they have different, you know, priorities. One is more about realism, one is more about being crazy. Later, dude. Fantastic. You know, there's one that's really, you know, there's less holes, but they're more intricate and they're more kind of action set piece kind of thing, crazy stuff going on. And one of them has a sort of knockoff Me Maker system where, oh, okay, sure. Yeah, it's called New You, N-U-Y-U, and I can get why a company might want to do something like Mii's because Mii's are popular, but maybe have more options or more, you know, crazy things you can do with your appearance, but it's really just too similar to what the Mii's are, and it's like, okay. And so it seems kind of pointless why they would have that there in the first place when you could have just used Mii's. You're on the Wii. Like, seriously. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I was hitting the attack button instead of the jump button. I'm getting confused. Oh, oh, right, I'm frog. Got it. But yeah, the main problem with these games is that the Wii Remote, or at least the implementation that they have done, is just not sensitive enough for the kind of game they've made. Okay, I have an empty text box and then another level. Okay. Jill journeys deeper into the castle where the prince is held captive. Can she save him? Only time will tell. Good stuff. Alright, we're nearly at the end, guys. Oh, right. Yes, I did ask Danger Mouse if this was her favorite game at the time. She says it was up there, but she was really into Scooter's Magic Castle as well around the same time. And that's one I haven't heard of. Although it was aimed at a much younger audience. Younger than you were at the time, I wonder. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh. If that lift was any lower, the frog would be able to get up. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But Scooter was more of a relaxing game, she says. Didn't have to think about it. Just make a nice garden or something. Oh. Hang on. Oh, right, okay. So the transformation is just to get you out of there? Weird. But I have a gem now, so that's good. I remember playing a lot of... Ow! A Lion King mini-game collection called Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games. Probably past the point that I really should have been playing it still. But hey, it was fun. I see what's going on. Oh. So yeah, I guess my point is, if you're ever tempted to pick up Carnival Games mini golf or kids sports crazy mini golf, just resist the urge. Just don't. It's not really worth it. Just wait for Infinite Mini Golf to come out on the PS4. Of course, then you don't get the immersive motion controls with the Wii Remote, like you're actually swinging a putter. But as I found out, it's not really like you are swinging a putter. It's nothing like us replicating the original experience. Prison cell. Yes, intended for younger than I was, says Danger Mouse. So that's the prince. Dressed in purple, kind of a pathetic looking figure. I wonder what the end will be, whether it will be a romance thing, or if Jill is really just... It's optional! I can leave without rescuing the prince. OMG, the effing prince, says Gibbon. Yeah, that was the prince, but I can leave the level without rescuing him because there's a gem thing up here. So I'm gonna save, and just for safety, save again. Stupid prince. Prince sucks. P sucks. Okay. So that's my save where I leave. Goodbye. No, 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 no! How about saving the prince before you leave? Like, is this game titled Jill leaves level 14 without saving the prince, or what? Good joke, game. Good stuff. Oh, that's great. That's really cool. Okay. Let's actually rescue the prince, because after all, you remember, I need to save the prince so that he can stop the developers from making condos and bulldozing the jungle, which is my home. So that's why I've had to save him from the green lizard people or whatever. And it looks like there's a lot more level up here. It's not a trivial thing to save the prince. Okay. Bird maze time. Ah, that wasn't much of a maze. Yeah, I really thought I could get a bad ending there by not saving the prince. Yeah. It just sends you back. That thou must. I see a gem. I see a mega. Ow. Ooh, the mega fell down. Key. Ow. Three keys. Must have to fly up to that gem. Oh no, there's an elevator. Okay, I got the gem. But I'm still curious about that passageway over there. Let's keep ignoring the prince for a minute, and let's go this way a little bit. Frog, I don't want none of your crap. See this? I'm curious. Let's try and get through. Oh, not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. I'm beginning to think that I can't make this jump for some reason. Oh well, that's fine. It seems like it should be possible, right? But maybe not now. Like, that's there for a reason. Whatever, I know what I'm here to do. I gotta save the prince. Let's do it. Ooh, but first. Yeah! I wanna hear that yeah a few more times. Beautiful. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get that prince dude. Useless prince. Yeah, the bird would be able to do it, but I can't get it out of that passageway because there's a Jill transformer right at the end of the passageway. Okay. Yep. I thought that was a cutscene, but no. I fell on the prince's head. Finally reaching the castle and opening the prison cell, Jill meets the prince. Oh! Onesimus was a recolor of that prince sprite. Cool. Quickly escaping from the castle, Jill and the prince journey back to the jungle, which is now safe from the crazed giant green lizard man who had kidnapped the prince. So they were the ones who were also going to bulldoze the jungle and make condos? Go figure. They captured him, so what can he do to stop them? I don't know, whatever. Stupid. The prince speaks. Jill of the jungle, you have not only saved my life, you have saved the jungle from great peril. You have the eternal gratitude of my family. Now I ask you only one more favor, Jill. Yep, here we go. I knew it. I knew this was gonna come. The prince asks, Jill, will you marry me? The person I just met. Jill answers, okay. Cool. So the jungle is once again restored to harmony, and Jill and the prince live happily ever after. What a nice story. Okay. Oh, yep. Gotta enter my name. Let's be mature this time. Good stuff. All right, so that was Jill of the Jungle. We've finished episode 1. We did a bit of episode 2, and then we skipped it. We finished episode 3, and that's the real story. We've seen a few Jill sequels and Jill clones. And yeah, we've had a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back next time with more classic games from yesteryear. Because I don't think I've ever played a game the year it comes out. That's not true. I played ukulele. That was fun. But that was different. That was a one-off. I should stop talking. I should go. And you guys need to get back to your real lives too, I'm sure. So yeah, yeah, that's right, Danger Mouse. After so many years, you've finally seen how it actually ends. Not able to finish it as a child. Yeah. How do you feel about it? What do you think about the closure and how the game ended? I want an opinion here. Given's already in bed. Thanks for the game times. You're quite welcome. Yeah. I'll see you next time. Do you have any closing remarks about Jill of the Jungle, Danger Mouse? Yes, Danger Mouse says, I'm surprised she said okay. I am too, yeah, that took me off guard, but, you know, it's a simple story. Action girl saves man, they get married. Presumably he's, you know, desirable. He is a prince after all, so. Boomerang knives rule, yep, that's good. That's a good point. Yeah. Alright, so that was Jill of the Jungle. Thank you, Epic MEGAGAMES, for your stupid name and your awesome game. And see you on the next stream. Goodbye.